A lot of believers believe that the Immaculate Conception is the fact that Yeshua was born of a virgin. No. We know Yeshua was born of a virgin. Amen? Amen. We know that. The Immaculate Conception is that Mary was born without sin. Now, why is that such a hideous doctrine? Why is that such a dangerous doctrine? Because if Miriam was born without sin through the Immaculate Conception, not talking about Yeshua's birth, if you ask most believers, hey, born again, Bible believing, hey, do you believe in the Immaculate Conception? Oh, yes, of course. I believe Yeshua was born of a virgin. That is not the Immaculate Conception. That is the virgin birth. The Immaculate Conception is a Catholic teaching that Miriam, Mary's flesh, had no sin because she was conceived immaculately. Now, if Miriam was conceived, Mary was conceived immaculately, that means her flesh was without sin, then she can give Yeshua his flesh, and now he was 100% gold and 100% man. You see why the devil wants Mary to have sinless flesh? Do you see that? You see why the devil wants Mary to have sinless flesh? So that Yeshua can receive his sinless flesh from Mary and not from the Father. The body you have prepared for me, O Yahweh, not Miriam's Immaculate Conception. The body you have prepared for me, O Yahweh, and that's why I come to do your will. The Catholics don't believe that. They can say this, they can do this. I don't care what they do. And neither do the Protestants. Because I don't care if you ask Charles Stanley, I don't care if you ask TDJ, I don't care who you ask. And I love these brothers. I'm not saying they're not saved, I'm not saying they're not brothers. What I'm saying to you is, most of them believe what I used to believe.
That's right.
That he's 100% God and 100% man.
Yes.
Incorrect. And that is the danger of the Immaculate Conception, that Mary somehow contributed to his sinless flesh. Now, that's one reason, one out of many reasons. Turn to your neighbor and say, many reasons.
Many reasons.
Muchos razones. Is that how you say it?
Muchas razones.
Huh?
Muchas razones.
Ruthie Bustamente, you say? Or exactamente? Oh, I'm sorry. She's the one on WMCU. Ruthie J. Midday with Ruthie J. Okay, I got confused. One of the many reasons, and she called my house the other day, by the way. Nice young lady, very pretty. Got to get her married. I want to get her married. Very cute. I mean, anyway, that's one of the many reasons, among many reasons, that we don't reach Christians, pardon me, that we don't reach Muslims and Jews. Most of our evangelism vis-a-vis Muslims and Jews, we've had zero. If I were to take a poll, and I won't embarrass you, if I asked how many people in this room have led more than one Jewish person to Yeshua in their life, maybe one or two hands would go up. If I asked you how many Muslims have you led to Yeshua, who knows what would happen. Maybe one or two hands would go up. Okay, this is one of the reasons that we are failing in reaching Muslims and Jews. Because they believe that Yeshua was just an ordinary man. Listen. The Muslim world says Yeshua was just a man. Christians say, no, he wasn't a man. He was man and fully God. So the Muslims saying, impossible. He's either a man or G-O-D. The Jew says he's either a man or G-O-D. And we're coming and saying, get saved, okay. And we're giving them whitened bread, bleached with no nutrition. It's not whole, it's not pure, it's been processed by religion.
Come on. Yep.
So the Muslim says, take a pick. This guy that you're preaching can't be both Allah and a man, which one is it? Is he Allah or is he a man? Take a pick. The Jewish person says, no human being can be Hashem. So we realize he was a man, but he couldn't be Hashem, because we know, the Jewish people know that a man cannot be Hashem. And that's why we don't reach, one of the reasons we don't reach the Jews. Because we're telling them that Hashem became a man. Now Hashem did come in a body resembling a human body, but without human origin. So the way to approach the Jewish people and Muslims is to say, no, Yeshua was 100% what you call Allah. We know it's not Allah, it's Yahweh. Yeshua was 100% Allah, Yahweh forbid, and to the Jews we say he was 1000% Hashem. Now they got to make a choice. They either accept Yeshua as Yahweh manifested in the flesh, or they could say, no, he was just a man. But we're presenting a lamb that is not the Passover lamb. The Passover lamb was not half lamb and half cacao. Moo. The lamb was not a hybrid. The lamb was not half greyhound, half chihuahua. When we killed that lamb the other day, or thank goodness somebody else did it, at Rigo's house, you didn't see a caterpillar jump out, did you? When we slaughtered that lamb, what did we slaughter? A lamb. So it wasn't half lamb, half this, half lamb, half goat, half lamb, half horse. And that is why the Muslims reject our theology, because we don't know that the real Yeshua is the body of heaven that showed up here on earth. The word of Yahweh is the body of heaven that showed up here on earth. Did he have human characteristics? Yeah. The covering was human. Absolutely. He had a human covering. Todah Rabbah Yahweh. So according to Islam and Judaism, it is blasphemy to say that a man with a dust nature that is from below can be a God and a man. That is blasphemy. They know it, and sadly, most of the believers don't know it. And I was one of them. Now we know, according to, don't turn there, 2 Melachim 23:10, 2 Kings 23:10, Vayikra 18:21, Devarim 18:10, forbids human sacrifice. You ever get this one? I would accept Yeshua, but you want me to believe that Yahweh killed a human being? Didn't Yahweh say in the Torah that he opposed human sacrifice? Yeah. You're going to get this if you haven't gotten it already. Didn't Yahweh say many, many, many times in the Torah that he forbids human sacrifice? If Yeshua got his humanity from his mother, as they want us to believe, then that was a human sacrifice, and Yahweh violated his own Torah. But if Yeshua resembled a human, but was in fact the pre-existing word of Yahweh, who came cloaked in the body of heaven, the bread that came down from heaven, not from Miriam's womb, then now all of a sudden, that was not a human sacrifice, it was the body of heaven that Yahweh laid down for his people. What a difference. What a difference. What a difference. Because otherwise, it was a human sacrifice. So during this Chag Matzot, as we take stock of our lives and our congregation, we ask ourselves, what Yeshua do we preach during this time of year, Pesach? Go with me to Tehillim 49:7. We need to take stock of our doctrine, our lives, our behavior. What Yeshua do we teach that died as the Lamb of Yahweh? Was it half lamb and half cow? Was it half lamb and half camel? Was it the heavenly bread mixed with the seed of a woman? No. It was the body of heaven, the word of Yahweh, come down to earth.